Look, I get it. We don't all have all the time in the world. Sometimes we can't sit back and watch 24 episodes of anime a day. Or we can't spend 2 days watching anime to watch a 24 episode series. So sometimes you just want a nice, short and sweet series that you can finish in one day that's only 12 episodes long and that you will enjoy. So that's why I'm here for you. The top 10 animes that are 12 or 13 episodes and under that are really good. Top 10 best animes that are 13 episodes or under. Okay. So, yeah. Here we go. So let's start off with number 10. I'm going to start off with a series you probably have never heard of called Gamers. It's a nice little romance. It's a nice little romance about this guy who's an introverted gamer. Yeah. And this girl wants him to join a club about gaming, and he refuses. And she's like, what? Why? And it's kind of like, I don't like competing. So, yeah, he leaves, and then she's like, well, damn, I kind of like him. And then she starts crushing on him, and then he's kind of like, damn, she kind of cute. Then he starts crushing on her, and then it becomes a love triangle, and then they add more characters, and it's just one big, like, it's basically, like, a bunch of, like, inconveniences, like, oh, they're about to finally confess, oh, wait, this is happening, or, oh, wait, she finally found out this, oh, wait, but they're together, oh, gosh, and it's basically a bunch of that, so it's kind of like, oh, fuck, it's kind of like that series, like, that moment in romance where you're just like, shit, why? Why are you fucking dumb fucks? Except that's the entire series, which I think is really fun, and I personally really like. But yeah, that is number 10. Next. Well, if you've seen my other videos, specifically the one uncovering hidden gems, Talentless Nana is the next one on this entry. I personally think this anime was really good. It's another one that may not be really well known in the anime community, which I do not know why. This one really blew me away. If you want a more, like, in-depth of what it is, my other video about Talentless Nana in specifically will be in the description. But for a short recap, it's essentially about this girl, and it's a superhero world, and then, yeah, done. Very short explanation. But it's really good, and it kind of reminds me of Death Note, if you like a more like vanilla Death Note, if that makes sense. So if you like Death Note and you're trying to use something to like get over your craving for something like that, then I recommend Talentless Nana. It's fun. But that's all I'm going to say about that. If you want to find more out about it, link in the description to my other video. Next up is we got Grand Blue. This is one, I don't know if it is popular or not. I think it is, but I'm not sure. This one's a really funny comedy, and I just realized a lot of these are comedies and slice of life in the first couple. But yeah, it's a really fun comedy, and it made me laugh a fucking ton. Like, this is one of the series that's genuinely made me laugh like more than like 3 or 4 times. I couldn't stop laughing on some of these episodes. Like, there's one part, and I still die to this day. I think it's episode 5 it's in, and it's on Amazon Prime if you want to watch it. I think it's only on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure, but go check it out if you have the time. But yeah, it's really funny. The characters are great. Everything about it's just great. It's a diving anime, but they don't really do diving. It's mainly just a bunch of college kids goofing around as fucking anime characters and with anime tropes and shit. It's just funny. Just go watch it. Next up, we got, the first, like, super serious intrigue. One I would consider that's, like, it doesn't really have any humor. It's more like the shit I usually watch. It's called 91 Days. I don't think anyone's heard of this. It's a mafia story, And essentially this guy wants to get revenge, and he wants to take out the whole mafia because they killed his father, and it's essentially just a mafia revenge story. But I think it's really done really well, where it's not generic or anything, and it's only 12 episodes, and it felt longer. I watched this in a day, and I could not put it down. I kept watching. It was so fucking good. Like, the characters, they're all likable. There's some twist in there, because this was one of my first mafia things I've ever seen, so it definitely wasn't generic for me. But yeah, it definitely was really good. I give it about an 8 out of 10. It blew me away for something that I didn't really hear people talking about. I kind of just stumbled upon it, and highly recommend it. It's really good. But yeah, go watch 91 Days. Next is a series you probably have heard of. I think this one's on the bit more of the popular side. It's called Death Parade. And essentially, what Death Parade is, it's essentially like these people like decide whether these people go to two places. They go into the void, basically nothingness, or get reincarnated. And they do this through games to tell whether they're a good person or not, whether they send them to get reincarnated or to the void. And it's really interesting, and it has more like heavy topics and things. This is another one which is more like my style, like more of a genre, not really slice of life or a comedy. It's more serious on the serious side. And it's really fucking good, yeah. The characters, some of them are lacking in my opinion, but the main character and the main girl are really enjoyable in my opinion. I think their fucking interactions are very good. So yeah, I would recommend checking out Death Parade. I think it's on Funimation. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've watched it, but yeah. Next up at number 5, we got Hellsync Ultimate. Okay, let me say a couple things about this. It's only 10 episodes, I think. I'm not sure. Editing will fact check that, but I think it's only 10 episodes, but each episode's an hour long. I'm not sure. Maybe it's only 8 episodes. And also, I don't want you to get confused with Hellsing, because Hellsync is the original version of this, and this is a remake. The way it makes it sound, it sounds like you're supposed to watch this after Hellsync, but no, just go straight into Hellsync Ultimate. And I personally watched this actually dubbed, because I heard that was like the better version to watch it in. So I definitely would recommend watching it in dub. It's really good. Essentially, it's unique. Once you start getting into these unique series, it's a lot harder to explain them. But essentially, this fucking vampire, essentially, like Dracula. I think it's legitimately Dracula. Essentially, he's kind of like a hunter. He hunts vampires, and he kind of just goes battles. It's a very gory and bloody thing, like a very gory and bloody show, and it's really good. Yeah, I think it's over. I don't think there's anything extra. I think the series is funny. I do think it has a different ending than the manga. I'm not sure about that, but either way, really good. Just go check it out. Next, we got. Okay, this is where things started getting really hard for me to put places there, because I love all these shows, and I couldn't really decide where to put them. So yeah, these ones are gonna be a pain for me because all 4 of these shows are really fucking good. But next up, we got a really, really cute slice of life, Girls Last Tour. It's essentially a slice of life in post-apocalyptic world. Like, you see these 2 girls just trying to live their life in a post-apocalyptic world where most humans are dead and things. It's like after a nuclear war. And gosh, this thing is so good. Like, I was just smiling the entire time while watching this. I was just like, yeah, let's go. I fucking... This is just one of those series that just makes you happy just to get happy. It's really good and wholesome and cute. I highly recommend. Who doesn't want to see just 2 cute little anime girls living in a post-apocalyptic world? Okay, next we got, oh my gosh, this one, sorry I'm tired, but I'm still recording. Um, this one pained me to put it here. I actually thought this was going to be my number one before I started all laying it out, and I was like, is it really number one? This is Angel Beats. I think this is popular in the anime community, I'm not sure. But Angel Beats, it is really good. This is one of the few series that had me on, like, the brink. Like, I was almost, like, crying my eyes out while watching this. It's a sad series. It's by the same people that made, I'm not sure, That Day I Became God. I think they made that and something else. Charlotte, I think. But, yeah. It's really fucking good. Essentially, these high schoolers, I don't want to spoil too much, but this guy gets isekai'd, and gosh, I hate that word. Scratch that. It's not an isekai. It's not your typical isekai. It's not an isekai, okay? Before you start like, oh my gosh, another isekai. This one's good. Essentially, you just get to see these people like trying to fight like this angel and things to get their freedom and things and whatnot. And it's really good. I don't want to spoil too much, and truly explaining it kind of would, so just go watch it. Take my word for it. This will be the one show where I'm like, take my word for it, you will like it. Unless you hate sad things, then you won't like it. Um, next, ping pong. Ping pong. And you're probably like, if you're not an anime fan, you're probably like, what the fuck's ping pong? And if you are an anime fan, you may even still be like, what the fuck's ping pong? Well, it's a game where like you hit balls back and forth, and it's a sports anime where they hit balls back and forth. But this one deals into the topic of life, in my opinion. It makes you feel something I barely ever feel when I'm watching anime. It made me feel like this show just made me feel something. Like fucking it's really good. I don't know. I think I should like I don't know what to say in such a short amount of time. Like because this isn't a full video about ping pong, but gosh, this series was fucking phenomenal. And it's only number 2, by the way. There's one more. But this series, it's just I think it can resonate with a lot of people. I think a lot of people could resonate with this series. Even if you don't like ping pong, I think you still could I still think you could learn something from this series. I think it's really good, and I think you should definitely go check it out. It may not be for everyone because of the art style. A lot of, like, it's a very weird looking art style. I personally like it, but it may not be for everyone. That may throw some people off from the series, but trust me, it is good. Next. This one, I put it at number 1. It is at number 1, and I knew this one was going to be high. I knew this one was either going to be number 1 or number 2. I wasn't sure until I started putting them out. I was like, this is better than ping pong. It is Devilman Crybaby. I watched this, and it blew my mind. I fucking love this series. It's one of my favorite series of all time. And I'm just so impressed that they could condense this great story in only fucking, I think it's 12 episodes. And I think each episode's only like 20, 30 minutes. It's a really good story. Like, I don't want to get too, but like, it goes into some deeper topics. Like, it's one of those shows where like, it has a hidden meaning. Like, you can interpret it in like different ways and things. But gosh, I fucking love this series. It was truly great. It's on Netflix. I think it's a Netflix original. I don't think it's made by Netflix though. But yeah, I highly recommend this series if you have not watched it yet. It is really fucking good. Like, I would watch this show again and again and again, and it would still be amazing every single time. I think the characters are great. I think the story is great. I think the ending is fan-fucking-tastic. I love the ending. But yeah, I highly recommend all these series. They're a lot of these series I could talk about in individual videos and go for like 10 minutes alone just talking about these series, but I had to like condense it like to like less minutes so this video isn't too long. I'm trying to make it less than 20 minutes. But gosh, I love these series so much. Go check them all out. I will post the list in the description if you forget the names of any of them. And yeah, go check out these short animes. Bye.